Hi everyone, Chris here. People that know me know that I love people. I just love meeting people. I'm a people person. I don't know, I'm intrigued by their stories and their achievement, that sort of thing. I was in a cafe downtown last year and I met two amazing people. Joëlle Rabu. Everybody probably knows Joëlle Rabu here. She's an amazing singer and she does a transition of Edith Piaf or sing Edith Piaf with such a brilliance. And I also met her son, Nico Rhodes, who's also producing the show. Wow, we talked and I thought to myself, I really need to see those guys again. Well, I did a couple weeks ago and I was so excited to go see them, or Joëlle Rabu, on stage with Tonight Piaf. Ugh, I was blown away. It was like I was back in time in my days, in my 20s or 30s, back in Quebec City and going to little cafe in Quebec City and hearing Piaf in the background. And oh, I have great memories of her. So to be there that night was going back in time, and Joëlle Rabu did an extraordinary job of delivering this amazing character. Not only does she sing about Piaf, but she also acted as Piaf, as a character. So it was brilliant. The Vancouver Island Symphony was also there and they were in great shape and super happy to be back on stage. And the orchestration of it all was just a beautiful, beautiful evening. And you know what? At the end of that, I had the chance to have a quick interview with them and I was so happy to reconnect with those two amazing people. So here it is, and please guys, don't forget, subscribe to my channel, okay? Take it away. And so we met a few years ago and I was all excited to be in Nanaimo and we chat and it was such a beautiful chat. Nico, you can come here, please. Do you want me to? Yes, absolutely. Hi Nico, this is Joëlle's mother and son. You guys are unbelievable together. Like this show blew me away, seriously. I'm such a big fan of Edith Piaf.
Oh,
like, I mean, she's in my heart. My family, being French Canadian, obviously everybody knows Piaf, everybody sings Piaf.
It's true. It's true.
So I just wanted to know, when was the first time you sang Piaf on stage?
Well, I was actually in the restaurant business in 1983. Absolutely. I was raised in the restaurant business. I've got my family, they're all award-winning chefs. Oh. So I was dragged into the theater business in Vancouver in 1983, April 29th. Wow. And it was the theater, City Stage on Thurlow Street was going down. It was losing money and it was going down. Yeah. They needed a hit. Yeah. And my brother, absolutely out of the blue, comes to Vancouver, gets drunk on champagne with a guy who knows the director of City Stage, and he says, and my brother brags and says, you know, my sister sings Piaf and all this, you know, and I don't look like her. My God, she was 4'11", and
although on stage, amazing.
Oh well, that's it's the theater, right? Like, but the thing is that I went and sang the 3 Piaf songs that I knew by heart because I knew a lot of it, having been brought up à la française with my parents who are from France. Exactly. And I went and sang the 3 songs, and the director said, "Are you ready to quit your job?" I was working at Mulvaney's on Granville Island. I was assistant manager. Wow. I was making a lot of money. Yeah, and here I was going into theater, and I went, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's not.
What a gamble.
Pretty dicey. Yeah. I said, "Okay, well, we'll do it 3-week contract." You know, I said, "Okay." He took a chance on a girl without a resume, Ray Michael, and yeah, he got together the trio of musicians, which I continued to work with for 30 years and even adding.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, and then of course, that was 1983, and we toured the show, and then I branched out and did my concerts with the same musicians. Okay. And in 1989, because my husband, he's passed, but he was our lighting designer. Okay. And so he and I were always on tour together, and so all of a sudden I'm pregnant. Niagara Falls is what it was. And
I'm staring at him.
Yeah, that's where it was, not what it was. It's where it was.
Where it was.
What it was, we won't talk about.
And this one is born in 1980. But while I'm pregnant, I asked Ray Michael, the director of City Stage, I said, I want to do another Piaf show, a different one. I want to do one that shows more of her, more about her, and more truth, as opposed to a slick pastiche of her life from birth to death. And so he said, well, write it. And so while I was pregnant, I took that opportunity to write it. And we premiered it at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre, this show, Tonight Piaf, but was just my quartet at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre in June of '89, and he was born in November of '89.
Isn't that like
and then he was on the road everywhere with us.
Okay.
So if Nico knows anything about this music and the script, it's because he's heard it pre-birth.
Yeah.
Well, and then 500 to 600 more times after that.
Yeah.
Did you feel it in your soul, though, Nico, that you were going to be a musician? I guess being born and raised in this whole family of...
No, I when I was about 3.5, I started making up my own songs and recording my own songs. Yeah. And I remember being about 4 or 5 years old, and I just decided. I remember the moment I was upstairs and I was like, I'm going to be a musician. And after that, it wasn't a question of what's the training involved, what are the risks involved, what's the financial. I didn't care.
It was who you were.
It was irrelevant. It was like, I'm a musician, and my whole life. It's not, because it's not something I had to struggle with or for, I was not pushed into it. Joëlle would not say, go practice. She would say, hey, it's midnight, stop playing the piano. Right?
It's dinner time,
it's
get
dinner
up
time,
here.
stop playing the saxophone. To
God.
me, it was just like, it's you wake up in the morning, you start trying to improve your music. That's it. You start learning, you start practicing, you start writing. It's like saying, it is what you are. It is what you are. Exactly. Don't think about it.
He was raised with these 4 musicians too. You can understand, because it wasn't just my music and my theater, and his dad teaching him he can hang lights. He can plug in a whole sound system. He knows all the technical side as well. But it's that whole thing of he was nurtured by 4 very, very good musicians.
Yeah, and that's the secret. That's the key.
That is the secret.
Well, my woodwind player on tour in Ontario said, 9-year-old Nico, here's a clarinet. You want to try it?
Well, and
boom, next thing you know.
What's important about the way it was expressed, it was never, hey, you're learning something. Hey, this is a lesson.
Yeah.
Hey, you have homework. Hey, you have an exam. Hey, you're going to be evaluated. It was, what are you curious about? Oh, you're curious about the clarinet?
Oh.
Okay, well, here's how you play a C major, and then from there,
Want to try the cello?
But that's much like what you didn't have any training.
No training.
She's had no singing lessons.
Oh, I love that.
I know, right?
That's so me.
It's so natural. So natural.
Yeah.
Well, we all have something inside of us, and it all depends whether that door gets opened as a youth. And if that door is opened, you don't know what it is. But and what I tried to do with Nico is open as many doors as possible. And every time that he entered one, if he came back and shut it, he says, okay, I'm not going to be a baseball player. Moving on. But every child, that's why.
Or a ballerina. No, that was off the table. With feet like this, no.
Size 13. But yeah, it's like, I really believe that with children, you don't send them to music lessons to be the next
force them into
the next Mozart. You don't throw a kid into soccer to be the next ballet. You don't. You go because it's like here's an opportunity.
Opportunity.
And if it clicks and something does something for them, when they go, you
never know where it'll go.
Then you never know where it'll go.
Yeah.
Thank you. What's next for you guys?
Oh, what's next?
None of my business?
No.
Well, there's a few things.
Right here, this is the first time we've been, I don't know when this is going to air, but this is the first time that we were on the marquee together. So tonight Piaf was here today for the 2 days. On Thursday, it's Nico Rhodes, chapter 4 of his series that he produced, a 4-part series here.
I saw one.
So many cool different musicians and themes and songs. So I am backstage on that one.
Oh, you are?
She's my stage manager.
I'm actually looking after the lights and sound to coordinate all that. It's my happy place.
So Joëlle hires me to be her arranger. I hire her to be my stage manager. It's all in the family.
It is so beautiful. Yeah. What an energy.
And then you've got some touring to do with Ken
I've got some touring. We're actually
writing.
Here's important. We're recording a new album.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And working title.
My Love Affair with Piaf.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see that.
Probably like a really nice insert too, that says a lot of storytelling and everything in there. So yeah.
You inspire me, guys.
Oh,
you really inspired me because when I met you, I was just starting with this thing, semi-retired, following my dreams and my YouTube thing. I'm just building it now. So I just want to say thank you. And I met you for a reason, I think. And sorry if I push you a little bit, but that's just
you're not pushing.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
No, we're all those kinds of people. We're just like, hey, let's go.
I found the people in Nanaimo or on the island. It's just like if you're open to it,
Yeah.
it comes to you and
It does.
be good and that sort of
Yeah.
thing. So I want to thank you so much.
Thank
The
you.
feeling is mutual.
Merci.
Okay.
I don't want to get makeup on you.
No, that's fine. Oh, that's fine. But thank you so much,
Hey,
beautiful
thank
people.
you.
And I can't wait to see you again. I'll
Yeah.
see you very soon.
Yes.
Okay.
And all the best. Merci, vous êtes gentil.
We will keep you informed, okay?
There you go.
You have to keep us informed too.
100%.
Okay.
What's your name of your channel?
I'm Chris in BC.
Chris in BC?
YouTube.
That's easy.
Oh,
Is that-
that's
is
easy.
that
I'm
easy?
gonna go subscribe.
Yeah, you better.
Thank you. Wow. Merci.
Salut, merci.
Ciao, à la prochaine.
Alors, c'était mon entrevue avec Joëlle Rabu et son fils Nico. Alors, c'était extraordinaire. Merci. Et puis, on se revoit bientôt. Bye.